Hi guys, so I have this book here that I want to share with you today, The Doctor with an Eye for Eyes. And this book is about a doctor. Her name is Dr. Patricia Bath. And she grew up in a time when it was really rough. There was a lot of obstacles, but she never lost sight of her dream, okay? That means that she always worked really hard to be able to reach her goal of becoming a doctor. And not only did she become a doctor, she actually came up with a way to help people that are blind. So let's dig into the book and read what it's about. A Doctor with an Eye for Eyes. And this book has a lot of cool illustrations throughout. They're pretty realistic, some of them. So I'll make sure that I share those images with you, okay? If you think big, but some say you're too small, or they say you're too young, or too slow, or too tall, pay no mind to their doubts and just follow the path of one awesome inventor, Patricia E. Bath. On the 4th of November in Harlem, New York, one family, the Baths, that's their name, got a gift from a stork. What's the gift? A baby. A baby! Patricia! Quite clever she was. All the good she'd accomplish, the world would soon see. Now, this girl was from New York. She loved playing with boys. Her big brother, so thoughtful, shared all of his toys. And I know some of you are probably making connections because you might have a brother or sister at home that shares their toys with you. Every hobby he had, she would copy. It's true. She said, anything boys can do, girls can do too. Yet the toy she loved most, she will never forget. It was a gift from her mother, a chemistry set. Well, it got her thinking. Hey, science is neat. This new passion of hers, it just couldn't be beat. As she grew a bit older, she yearned to do more. With science all help, the world's sick and the poor. And a friend of the family, a doctor so swell, inspired the teen, I can be one as well. So there's a person in her family, not in her family, I'm sorry, that's a friend of her family, and this person inspired her, ¿verdad? This person is really probably the first person who gave Patricia the idea of, hey, maybe I should be a doctor. Is there anyone in your family or maybe a friend of your family that has inspired you and gave you an idea about something you would really like to do one day? That's very cool, guys. But doctors back then were mostly men. Still, Patricia stood firm. Still, Patricia knew that she would not change her mind. See, her father was smart and a jack of all trades. He had taught her we're equal, all genders and all shades. So that means whether you're a girl or a boy, or whether no matter what skin color you have, then all of us are equal and we can all do anything we want. Told you guys it was a good book. Yes, her parents were thrilled. They said nothing's off limits. No job, no dream, no role. The Bats didn't have much, but were wise nonetheless. Education, they said, is the key to success. Well, the problem with that, every nearby high school was only for white kids with money. Not cool. So here we see that Patricia's probably on what? A bus or a subway, and she's probably having to go to a faraway school. So, to high school by train, nothing stopped her, you see. And though most kids took 4 years, she finished in 3. So she was able to finish school a lot faster. That means by a whole year. That means that not only was she working really hard, she was what? Yes, she was really, really, really successful. What next? Off to college, then medical school, where she found that all her classmates were boys as a rule. And when girls weren't allowed to sit in the front, Patricia said, "Pooh-wee, that won't make me low." So if you notice, there's really no other girls in the class, and she had to sit in the back just because she was a girl. Can you believe that? All those unfair restrictions did not bring her down. There were more pressing matters, and no time to frown. A decision was due, what her focus would be. "I've been thinking," she said, "I will help people see." So she is going to be an optometrist, which means that she's an eye doctor. Then she studied the eye. As an eager intern, treating hospital patients was what helped her learn. Through her work, she discovered there's something not right. Her black patients were blind 2 times more than the white. So that means, unfortunately, there were more people who were blind if they were black than if they were white. So just because of their skin color, they were more likely to be blind. And she said that is not okay. What caused this to happen, she wanted to know. In locations like Harlem, where money is low, she came up with a plan. We must conquer this plight. The public, she said, must prioritize sight. With this mission in mind, the new doctor went west. At a school near the sea, she spread word of her quest. She was young, but her knowledge and her skills made her wise. She taught hundreds of students to understand eyes. So now, not only is she an optometrist, she's teaching other students who want to be optometrists. She's actually teaching them really important skills and things that she knows. She's sharing her knowledge. But it wasn't all cheery. Some things she would fight, like the desk in a dungeon that barely had light. "No, thank you," she said. "I will need a new placement. Because nobody puts Dr. Bath in a basement." So they were not only treating her differently, they were giving her a different workplace. Probably some of her counterparts that were men, or some of her counterparts that were white, were maybe having better desks, and she said, no, you're not going to put me in a basement. Well, she got that new desk. Then she hit a grand slam. That means she did something really amazing. When she started an eye doctor training program, she would lead it for years. And what makes that so sweet, she'd be the first woman to achieve such a feat. Look at that. I mean, that's impressive. The first doctor to do something like that. Do you think she stopped there? No, siree. She did not. All her goals to help people, she still had a lot. I will find better treatments for blindness, she swore. Straight to Europe she went, where she studied some more in cities like Paris. She learned about lasers. These light beams, she said, will be little eye savers. So she was already doing amazing things, and she said, I am not done. I am going to continue looking for ways to help people. Because remember, that's the whole reason why she became a doctor to begin with. She practiced for months. Oh, and one final mention, her research, it led her to make an invention. This tool she developed, a new laser probe, fixed the eyeballs of patients all over the globe. So she was helping people everywhere. All over the globe is another way to say all over the world. And because of her work, those without sight for years, people who hadn't been able to see anything for years, like 15 or 20 or 30 more years, they could finally see. How do you think they're feeling at this point? I mean, if you can't see for 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 years, and then one day you can see because of this doctor's invention, I mean, she's a hero to so many people. Hooray for Dr. Bath. Hooray for Dr. Bath. Hooray for Dr. Bath. Hooray. Oh, wait. She did more. She created a place to bring hope to the whole human race. Its motto is this: rich or poor, black or white, healthy vision's important. It's everyone's right. She doesn't care who you are. She is going to help you see if that's what you need. And I know a lot of you are thinking, well, Miss Nino, most doctors would do that, right? Of course, now we have so much more diversity and acceptance than at the time when she was fighting to become a doctor. Remember, when she was in school to be a doctor, she was the only girl, because men thought, not only men, but society thought that women couldn't do things like be a doctor, right? Now, for all that she's done and the progress that she brings, Dr. Bath is well known. She's accomplished great things. But applause for her work? Well, to her, it seems strange. Fame was never her wish. What she wanted was change. Yes, that girl from New York with the chemistry set, who was born when most doctors were men, don't forget, grew to be quite a hero, but she'll never boast. That means she'll never show off. It's her will to heal people. That's what matters the most. And these people are hugging her so tight because she probably was able to help them see. And like I said, she's a hero to many because she saved their sight. So if helping the world seems too hard, you are wrong. If some say you can't do it, don't listen. Be strong. Like Patricia, stay focused, push forward, shine bright. And you'll find all your dreams will be well within sight. And this is a real picture of Dr. Patricia Bath. And she actually wrote a little note to all her readers, okay? It says, begin each day by asking a question. Let the answer lead you to another question. And you will discover that learning and knowledge are an infinite playground. So, a lot of us think when we're done with school, we're done with learning. But Dr. Patricia's telling us that's not the way that she became who she was. What she thinks is that we should ask questions every day, because the more questions we ask, the more knowledge we get. And the more knowledge we get, the more people we can help, and the greater the achievements that we can achieve. So thank you guys for joining me for my read aloud with The Doctor with an Eye for Eyes, the story of Dr. Patricia Bath. This book, like I said, is a really inspirational book because she overcame so many obstacles. She had so many more obstacles than I did, and she was able to overcome them and become a doctor, right? So I admire her. She's not only brave, she's strong, she's knowledgeable, right? I don't want to say the word smart. She's knowledgeable because she is building knowledge, right? She was born with a beautiful brain that is programmed to ask more and crave for more and more knowledge, and that's admirable. And I hope you guys enjoyed this book with me. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next week.